Good morning, pregame crew. How are y'all doing on this Friday, November 18th, 2022, 6:21 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:21 a.m. Eastern Time? You're at the pregame show. This is a show that I typically start at 8:30 Eastern, but I just jump on a little early to say hello to my friends, do an audio-visual check, and do a couple chart requests, kind of get my TA muscles warmed up, if you will. So good morning, Night Truck, Greg, Andre, Whitney, Casey, Paul, Lisa, Bennett, Augustine, Andre, Dove, how are ya? Hey Sam, Mal, Bobo. Thank you, Night Truck. Hey Mary, hey Eli. Yeah, if you could hit that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. And so would the YouTube algos. Once we get the like count up, and then the next day, if I don't get the same amount of likes or higher, they don't pub the show. So I'd appreciate it. Good morning. Hi, Eli, Diego, Dublin, Gary, Whitney. Good morning. Let me go back to the top and see what y'all need. PANW, they had earnings. It looks like they got an earnings beat. They could pull back to 161.86 and still be strong from this earnings beat. Of course, bulls don't want to see that happen. Your next resistance is 176.10. You're getting a daily bull break with this reaction. Your daily 200 MA is at 174.72, something to just keep an eye on. If you're in long and you were lucky enough to catch this move, I would just keep moving my stop up to the last 5-minute high or low. Hello, hello. YMM. Sharon, I have Microsoft on my list today. It's one of the Queen of the Mountain trades. We're all tracking this morning. YMM, never heard of that. Make sure the volume is good on this. Yep. Ran into the 200 MA. It's now filled the gap. Well, one gap. It has another one down below. What an odd move. I don't know if they had some type of news event here and it pulled it down and it was false or whatever. But your supports are 688, then down at the low of yesterday's 653. Kind of funky chart. And it's odd, that's why I immediately looked at the volume to see if it was liquid. And your resistance is 701 and then that 704. It had a great move over here. I would just want to see it hold those hourly EMAs. I'll go over Microsoft now and later. So Microsoft, I'm looking for a long on Microsoft to play off of Apple's strength. So if we look at the heat map here, Apple and Microsoft are in the same technology bundle. That's why you see Amazon and Tesla run together. Sometimes Google and Meta are in communications. Apple and Microsoft are in this pure technology sector over here. So I like to have that strength. So Apple had strength yesterday and I'm looking for Microsoft. I believe we're looking for a daily higher low. No, this was kind of a choppy one. You see the 4-hour, it lost the daily higher low, but I still like this pattern. I actually love this pattern. This is what I call a trampoline setup, where you have that slow turning by the bulls. You have the squeeze, holding 50 RSI. I like this. You're going to want to see some volume to back it up, but I like Microsoft for a long. Okay, so it's not just me. It is a strange chart. Okay. Uber. Hey, Wave. Hey, Jeannie, Michael, Whitney, Sarfraz. Okay. Uber had news back here. I believe that New York City is raising their taxi prices first time since like 2012 or something. And that was positive Uber, and they've given all of that back plus some. We're at the daily 50 EMA and 21 EMA that could serve as support. A bear will wait to top fish this level here of 31.82. It's getting over the hourly EMAs, then we got to go deal with that 50 EMA overhead, then 30.30 resistance. So first step, get over yesterday's high, then 30.30 and 30.59. And then this is the area that I would be looking for a short. Morning, Jorge. Hey, Michael, Sharon, you're welcome. Okay, Uber, AG. Matthew, we continue to feed his silver addiction. Okay, it's holding the daily 21 EMA. On the weekly, we're running into this 50 EMA overhead, and I really don't like this location for a long. I prefer this location for a short. A patient bear is waiting for a bounce to top fish 981. If we could get over the hourly 50 EMA, I'd give the bulls a tiny little check mark, and then they need to get over 940. But again, a bear is looking to top fish that 981. Good morning. You're welcome, Michael. Hey, Andrew and Armin. SE had a crazy day the other day. It was nuts. Had a 30% day, something like that. Daily inside bar broke bear, but then bulls quickly bought that up. Hourly squeeze. This is a healthy chart. This is healthy consolidation. This is what we call consolidating in time versus price. I actually like this for a long. You want to get over yesterday's high. Just clear $61 even, and then you got to deal with 63.36, but I like this for a potential long. SI, I don't like anything crypto related right now to the bullish side. It is oversold on the daily. There is some RSI bull divergence. We made lower low on price and a higher low on RSI. That's not enough information for me to trade this bullishly. We're making lower lows without a lot of follow through, so that kind of gives falling wedge vibes. $29 is resistance, and then $29.20, the high of yesterday. Support $26.57 and then $26.11. I have a bias, and I am admitting to having a bias, so I'm not trading these names for a while now. MSTR was a short for me yesterday, and look what it did. It was a short idea. I was looking at this daily bear flag here, and it still could be. It looks like bulls are trying to defend down here at the lows, but I recognize that I just have a bias toward all things crypto to the bearish side, so I just want to admit that, so you take my SI analysis and you take that with a grain of salt that, oh, she's bearish on it. So, but I did show you the RSI bull divergence and this potential falling wedge on the 4 hour. I just don't want to trade it. Y'all ready to get started? Clear this. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGalLori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, and we have our big Black Friday sale coming up next week. Be on the lookout for that. If you've been contemplating membership to TCG, now is the time for our one time a year we have a sale. So this is the time, and then next year we will be raising prices. We haven't raised prices in over 4 years. So let's get started with the indices. I have another screen with all of my notes typed up, and when I'm done, I copy and paste these notes for TCG members. Remember, I spend about 20 hours a week doing this pregame show and pregame show prep. So, and this is all given away for free. And we have TCG members that pay us to teach them technical analysis, post setups in our community, in our Slack. So I can't give away every single thing for free. I need to reserve something for TCG members. So getting started with the day, Hang Seng was down 0.33% at close. DAX is currently up 1.12%. So we can't glean a lot of information from that, but let's go to our weighted table. A lot of y'all are liking this, so I'm glad it's helping me communicate to you all of the information I'm pulling together and synthesizing and saying, okay, here is my thesis for the day. It doesn't mean we're going to have a bullish day. We're obviously having a bullish morning already, but things are lining up more bullishly than bearish. You're welcome, Matthew. So the weekly trend is still down. Daily trend is up. Now our 4-hour and hourly trends are up. Key long-term moving averages are still in play and supporting price. Dixie, on the dollar, we still have this potential bear flag. I drew this yesterday morning. Is still contained within that little box that I drew. That's still a potential daily bear flag that benefits market bulls. So it's an inverse relationship. So when I have inverse over here in the descriptor, that means if it's bearish for the dollar, it's bullish for the market. VIX is in a 4-hour downtrend. US 10-year was a little iffy for me, so I didn't check anything off here. It's bullish. We have this bullish 4-hour inverse head and shoulders, and we have the hourly is a 50 MA. So I should probably categorize that as bearish. Did I? No. So US 10-year 4-hour potential inverse head and shoulders is bearish the market. Bitcoin, oh, I typed that on the wrong thing. That's what I did. And Bitcoin did not get the memo that the indices got this morning. It has been pretty weak. We're in an hourly EQ right now, but on the 4-hour, we're looking for a lower high. Well, not necessarily on the hourly. It looks more dramatic than it does on the 4-hour. We could still get a higher high, but it is not getting the same juice that Ethereum, that the indices are getting. Bitcoin and Ethereum are being neglected by the bulls. So that's a point in favor of market bears. And then bonds, a potential daily bull flag. Here. I think it's, a potential daily bull flag on bonds. That's bullish the market. Apple, kids don't say that word, but I couldn't think of another word to type this morning. Apple is just hella strong. Apple, yesterday morning, I made a comment on Apple. I did this, I did the fib pull, the fib retracement. I said, it lost yesterday's low, and pre-market, it lost the prior day's low, but we're still at that 0.382. So we're actually stronger than the market at the time. And I said, if Apple, our general, can hold up, and tell me if you remember me saying this, then the market won't roll over. So Apple was our canary in the coal mine yesterday morning. We could see that early morning strength. Other names were trying to roll over, and Apple kept pushing to the north side, and it just kept the market it kept the market propped up. I was surprised at the volume yesterday with the size of that push and all the calls that I saw, blocks and millions of dollars of calls for Apple. I did not see the market volume come in that match the Apple stock volume match the call volume, and that strong push. It didn't match up, so that was kind of odd. Okay, QQQ getting over the hourly 50 EMA. Tesla still got problems. They have a recall. They're still weak. SMH, I like the hourly inverse head and shoulders. Hang Seng is red. DAX is green. XLE, the name is not super weak, but oil is very weak. So that could weigh on XLE today. XLF is over yesterday's high. XLV is a little bit weaker than XLF, but it's still green. So overall, got a score of 97.5 for the bulls and 43 for the bears. So we're definitely, the thesis today is bullish. All right, now let's get back to the charts. Yeah, hit the like button. Let me get some water. Yeah, we have lots of Fed speakers that continue to ramble, ramble, ramble. All right, so yes, we have this hourly uptrend. It's not as clean as you would like. You wouldn't put this in the textbook for an uptrend because we have this little bobble right here. But it's clean enough for me to say, okay, that's an hourly uptrend. We're in a 4-hour uptrend. And yesterday, I said that I was cold and I had the heater on, and I had a Secret Santa send me an electric throw blanket. Same day delivery, Amazon. Crazy. Thank you so much, Santa. So we can see that we held that 0.382 retracement on ES. So this could still be a bull flag. You see how we wicked below it? We wicked below it on the daily, but we did not close below that 0.382. That keeps a bull flag in play. We haven't done this in a while. Let's see if I can remember. Let's write down, what do you need for a bull flag? You want to have 0.382 or less retrace. You want lower wicks of bulls buying dip. You want to hold key EMAs. And you want low bear volume on the consolidation part, the flag. So you want a major extension that precedes the flag, i.e. the pull. All right. Okay, so you would do the inverse for a bear flag. You want the pop not to exceed 0.382. You want upper wicks of bears selling into the pop. You want the EMAs overhead, and you want low bull volume on the flag part. So these are all the criteria for a flag. I'm trying to think, did I miss something? I don't think I missed anything. So if we look at this criteria here, this is so poorly written, but major extension that precedes the flagpole, yes. 0.382 or less retrace, yes. Lower wicks of bulls buying the dip, yep. Do you see that lower wick from yesterday? Holding key EMAs, yes, that 8 EMA is being held. Low bear volume on the consolidation flag, yes. You see that compared to that bull volume? So, and I'll just throw in there one more that's a personal bent of mine. I want to see it hold 50 RSI. And we did that on the pullback. This part, you want an actual pull here. If we just have consolidation that looks like this, you see how that's not major extension? You want for a flagpole, you want a pole and then the flag. If you just have a slight move up and a little flag, that's not a bull flag. Same thing with a bear flag. You want that large move down and then that little pop. You don't want a little tiny move down, because that does not make for a bull flag. You want the pole. Okay. I do think DWAC is done so. It lost at 2043. You have gap fill down here at 1828. This is very, very ugly chart. And I mentioned a strangle earlier in the week in our chat room. A call strangle and a call and a put on DWAC. And it would have worked beautifully. And I put where the exit would have been for the call and where I would have exited, which I did have a personal position, where I would have exited a put. So when you have names like this, you're expecting extreme volatility with Trump's announcement to run again. That's no political comments, please. And then the potential fallout of that, or the retraction of that, the retracement, I should say, of the stock. So this has a lot of volatility, and I think it's in trouble. I know it's in trouble, technical analysis wise. We lost our daily higher low. Okay, Stone. Oh, it's having earnings reaction. Looks good. You have a double top on the hourly at $12. Now let me get back on track. So on ES, your next resistance is up at 4,000 psychological, then 4,015. In Q, your next resistance is up at 11,952 and 11,963, and your support, the overnight low, 11,672. RTY. Let me point out something on RTY that stands out to me. Is this weekly 50 MA. Right here is where we're rejecting. 1913 is our high, and then for the week, and then the 50 MA is at 1915. This could be a strong resistance. It served as resistance before. Now back to the hourly. You are over the 50 MA. Your next resistance, 1867.10. Support, 1836. Yes, yep, I went over MSTR earlier, actually, Stephen, and yes, I agree. It does look like a bear flag. I am bearish MSTR, but if I would have stayed pig-headed yesterday with that thought, I would have gotten ran over. So just be careful. There are a lot of shorts on this. And if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation as to what all these colors on Lori's chart means. And by the way, I developed an indicator with the help of our programming team, and we are rolling that out, and you will get that as part of the Black Friday special. So I'm just telling my pre-gamers this. We have not announced this to the public, just our members. And I'm telling my pre-game precious crew that it is called the Trade Keeper, and it is pretty darn cool, if I must say so myself. And the goal is for it to keep you in winning trades. So back to your regularly scheduled programming. YM, you have support at 33,470, and your next resistance is 34,000 psychological. Okay, nothing there. US 10-year, I just want to show you this 4-hour inverse head and shoulders. Do you see that? The left shoulder leaves a lot to be desired, but it's still there and valid and actually confirmed because we broke over 380, but you're going to want to see it over 3842. This is a glimmer of hope for bears today, is you want to see them get US 10-year get over 3842, a glimmer of hope for market bears. Okay, Bitcoin. Hourly resistance 16838, and then your next resistance 16984. You have support at 16655. Bulls are trying here, but it's like, again, they're trying. They're holding the hourly 50 RSI, but where is the volume? It's just where the indices. Let's go see. Let me get some water. Well, I guess the indices don't have volume either. Okay, so on Bitcoin, you have your resistances. I would anticipate if you're a bear, you're looking to short that 16984. This is a pretty large move to make or retrace to make to be able to take that out with one fell swoop. So I would be looking to top fish that. Ethereum, looks like we're getting over that tiny little resistance. Let me clear this out. Your next resistance is 1232.37 and your support 1203 and 1195. If we look at Bitcoin, so I like to compare two things that are close. Let's call Bitcoin and Ethereum first cousins, okay? They're close. I like to compare where price is relative to the EMAs. And when you're benchmarking one against the other, okay? So where is the hourly 200 MA right here? We're right on it with Bitcoin. Look, Ethereum is pretty far below it. It's at up above at 1240. So do you see the weakness in Ethereum compared to Bitcoin? And you can automatically see who's stronger. Let's do that with the indices. I guess that when I derail myself, this is when it takes up the whole time, huh? Okay, ES. We look at ES on the daily. I'm going to take all this off. Where is price relative to the daily 200 MA? We're below it. NASDAQ, well below it. RTY, we're right at it. So just RTY has had some short-term weakness, but overall, RTY is stronger than NASDAQ and ES. Okay, where is YM relative to the 200 MA? Do you see that? So YM continues to shine. I've already submitted my swing report names for the weekend, and industrials are just shining, absolutely shining. And that's what's really pushing up YM. So do you see that little exercise? So let's say, how could you use that in trading? Let's say you wanted to go long and you were trying to decide between Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or JPM, those three correlated tickers. Look at the daily and where is it in relative to the 50, the 200, and even the 8 and 21 EMA, and it helps you guide you, say, okay, where's the relative strength, where's the relative weakness, and it can help you pick tickers to either short or go long. Okay, game ape, that's enough. Okay, let's all get along. It's a Friday morning. All right, now let's go back to gold. All right, so gold, this is a potential daily bull flag. And let me show you the value of TCG. And I see my partners do this, my coworkers, they do this all the time. So I'm not saying that I did something beautiful yesterday. But look at this. This is Mountain Standard Time. GDXJ gap filled, hourly oversold. And if you look at that, I posted at 7:31 a.m. that particular one. You see it right here, 7:31 a.m. So that's 1 minute after the market open. Now let's go look at GDXJ. So I posted that right here. And how did I know that gap was filled? Look here, I had an alert at 7:30 a.m. Gap filled, GDXJ. I had set an alert. Tell me when GDXJ gap fills. You see the line on the chart, 33.16. I set an alert. And then I post those alerts when I get them in chat, things that I'm watching for. And what we were looking for is the daily high or low for GDXJ. Now, that was literally posted at the low of day. If you would have jumped into JNUG on that post, you would have had exactly 4% bounce if you look at JNUG. Well, 3.81% right when that was posted. That's the value of being in a community. You have a lot of eyes looking at a lot of charts. It's not just that you get to hang out with people or learn technical analysis. The goal is to teach you TA, but when you can't have all eyes on all charts, it's awesome to have people pointing out, hey, here's a setup you may like. Okay, now get back on track again. Yes, friendly people only in the TCG universe. This is true. Okay, gold. So what I was saying is this is a potential daily bull flag. So gold was bullish, looking for a daily high or low, and that's why I was looking at GDXJ. And I was looking at GDXJ, honestly, because Dan called it out the other day and it put it on my radar. So Dan called it out, put it on my radar. I set the alert, and it's just like friends helping friends. Okay, 1756.60 is your support, then 1755. Wonder if I tighten this up, is that a head and shoulders? Not really. You can make a case for it, but it's ugly, ugly. So hourly is losing its uptrend. Your resistance 1769.90. So no cigar yet for bulls. This hourly oversold here has not marked the daily high or low yet. Oil, let's use that bad word again. Hella weak. Very, very weak. We have lost the weekly uptrend. We lost 81.30, and your next support is 79.14. I think that was a daily support. Yep, right here. 79.14 from Friday, September 30th. Oil is very weak. Let me get a little water. Larry, yes, I did take the JDXJ, and I traded it terribly, if I must be honest. So I didn't take a lot. I only got filled on a partial small number of shares, and I sold it after about 1.5%. So I traded it very badly. And that's the other thing you get with TCG is freaking honesty. We don't allow pumpers. We don't want people telling us after the fact how much money they made if they didn't share a setup. And we tell you when we mess up. And I mess up daily trading because trading is it's an evolution. I get better every month. I get better, but I don't always trade perfectly, and I don't pretend like I do. Okay, so oil is weak. The difference between a simple moving average, let's see if I can describe that this morning with only one cup of coffee. So if you have a 20 simple moving average, it takes the value of the last 20 candle closes. It takes all the candle closes, divide by 20, and whatever that number is, so if on this chart is at $7, let's say, it plots it. And that's what you have with these lines. The yellow is the 50 simple moving average, so they divided by 50. And 6553 is the current value on that gas. Okay, an exponential moving average, I don't know the exact formula. You can look it up if you're so inclined. Sorry. But it takes the more recent candles and heavily weights those compared to the older candles. So it has a more recency bias, if you will. It's heavily weighting the more recent data points versus like a 50 EMA, these old values, the first, second, third, it's not valuing that as much as it is the 47th, 48th, 49th, 50. But they're both lagging indicators based on past data. So that is something to keep in mind. They are lagging indicators. We have very few forward-looking indicators like Ichimoku cloud. So, okay, that's enough of that. Let me go back to Apple. Okay, so Apple, that was crazy, huh? It held that 0.382 like a boss, and it has relative strength this morning. You have support at 150.17 and 149.53. Let me make this statement. This is not helpful for trading, but if Apple has early strength like it did yesterday, it has a high probability of taking out 153.59. If it languishes early in the morning, then that would be a tall order for it to take out 153.59 just the last half of the day. It has to be strong the whole day. What's market cap now? 2.4 trillion. Okay. All right, so Apple is strong. I like a pullback buy, and I like first 5-minute oversold during regular trading hours. I like that back burner trade. Amazon is relatively weak compared to Apple. You see we're not over yesterday's high, and Apple is. And if we get over yesterday's high, we still have to go deal with Great Wall of Louisiana, the hourly 50 EMA. And why do these EMAs work as potential price targets or short areas? They're synthetic resistance. They're not real. That's not where price pivoted in the past. The reason they work is they're programmed in algos. Algos programmed to short at the 50 EMA, go long at the 50 EMA, and VWAP. Day trading, I don't talk about VWAP here. I use it on my day trading scalps. I do use it. For swings, of course, it's not helpful. You don't get VWAP on the daily. But I do like VWAP, and I've used it more this year than I used it my first year of trading. I got rid of it, and I brought it back for scalping, like really fast trades. And I love it because algos use it. That's where they short. That's where they go long. You're welcome, Lori. I feel like I'm really rambling this morning, so hopefully it is helping. So Amazon is weak, and it could be a candidate for a short if the market were to turn over. But I would just focus on our green, relatively strong names with this green market. So NVIDIA, what did I type in my notes about NVIDIA? We have a resistance. We already got through that resistance, so that's not very helpful. So if we look at the low from Thursday, November 10th to the high of Tuesday, we're still in pretty good shape for a potential daily bull flag. I know it doesn't look very encouraging, but that is still a potential daily bull flag. Now, some of you could ding me and say, no, Lori, you just said if it's elevated bear volume, it negates it. And we have upper wicks of bears selling into pops. So those two things don't meet the criteria for a bull flag. But I would say this consolidation overall, considering they had an earnings miss, is pretty healthy. So look out for NVIDIA. They still got to go deal with the hourly 50 EMA. Oh, you're welcome. Good. Y'all are so cute. Oxy would be a short for me today because of oil. And I cannot unsee this on so many charts. These diamond bearish reversal patterns. So it's tough. It's lost the key EMAs on the daily. And with oil down 2.3%, Oxy's going to have a hard time holding 69.77. I'm with you. I do not anchor my VWAP, no. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I just don't. By the way, we only have 137 likes, and I need to get through about 5 more names. So if you could hit that like button, you would give me the energy to get through these names. So NVIDIA overall is weak, but I do like where the semis are positioned. Tesla is weak. Yesterday's high, 186.16, is proving to be a pretty key resistance, and we have recalls this morning. So Tesla is a bear candidate. Home Depot, y'all look at these double D's, double daily inside bars, and we're breaking through yesterday's high, 313.68 in pre-market. I like Home Depot for a long. Stone bullish earnings up 14%. I would say just wait for a back burner if you don't already have a long. It's dangerous to short those earning names that beat, whatever, however you say it. Home Depot, love this for a long. No, excuse me, I do like Home Depot for a long. Microsoft, I like this for a long, for this trampoline trade setup on the 4-hour, looking for a pullback and sympathy with Apple strength. SMH, AM and I are on the same page. This isn't an ideal inverse head and shoulders. Part of it happened in pre-market, and semis don't get a lot of pre-market action. So I don't know that I trust this pattern as much as I trust that price is over yesterday's high and the hourly 50 EMA. So I like a long on SMH today via SOXL, 3 times leverage. Please, if you haven't traded 3 times leverage, don't start today, paper trade it. Target, I like for a short. And let me show you where I'm deriving these numbers. Okay, if we look, I think I was looking at it on the hourly. If we look at the hourly here, 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 we have 164.50 area. We have 3 different resistances, prior resistances. They've already been broken through, but they can come back into play. If we look at the earnings high, actually, I think I marked it the high of Tuesday to the low of Wednesday, the earnings reaction. Your 50% retrace is, guess where it is? 164.70, right there at that area of congestion. So I'm actually going to set an alert. I like to know ahead of time before it gets there if it's charging up to 164.70. And guess what else is there? My friend, the Great Wall of Louisiana, the hourly 50 EMA. So we have a lot of congestion in that area. I would love to short target at around 164.50. Okay, Goog for my friend. Google potential daily bull flag. It's not ideal with those upper wicks. We're running into the 50 EMA. We need to get over 99.48, then 99.85. It does have an hourly squeeze. I like it, Tammy, to the long side. But again, we got to get over 99.48. So set rules for your charts. So your money, before it can go into a name, it has to earn it, okay? So what does it need to do? It needs to go open green, stay green, and say, I want you to get over 99.50 within the first 30 minutes of trading. And if you can't do that and the market's making higher highs and getting over yesterday's high, if Goog can't do that, then I'm not going to trade you and you don't get my money. So give it something it has to do and give it a time frame, okay? That's another way that you can create a system around your trading. And trading must have a system and a process. It is 7 a.m. and I am still talking. What the heck? Yeah, hit the like button. Mara, I'm probably going to be bearish on it. Ugh. It's up this morning. I can't. 874 resistance and 885 support, 833 and 832. I should probably just give support and resistance and keep my mouth shut on these crypto names because I'm openly telling you I have a bias to the bear side, and that's not a good way to trade. So I just need to be open with you when I'm giving technical analysis. Okay, LTC USDT. That's a potential hourly cup and handle. Wow. Do you see that? A cup and handle, the handle part is typically a bull flag, and you've got a double top at $63.91 and $64. Over $64, your next resistance, $64.42. Key support, $61.64. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back next week, and I won't be live Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving, but I'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the Black Friday sale is next Friday. Man, maybe I should go live for Black Friday. I'll have to think about that. Can I shop while I'm live? Shop online. All right. I love you all so much. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go follow me on Twitter at ChartGallery. All right. Use stop losses.